Hey everyone and welcome back. Have you ever wished you could just plug in and download knowledge?
Yeah.
Matrix style.
Mm.
Well, today's deep dive isn't quite that sci-fi,
Okay.
but we are exploring the Genius Wave,
Right.
which is this audio program that claims to boost your brain power through sound.
Okay. Interesting.
And knowing you're interested in unlocking your mental potential, I'm super curious about this one. So let's break it down.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so what exactly are we dealing with here?
So we're dealing with brainwave entrainment.
Okay.
And essentially our brains, they emit these electrical signals, right? And these patterns of activity, these are our brain waves. And they can shift and change depending on what we're doing, thinking, feeling.
Okay.
And the Genius Wave is focusing on tapping into a specific brainwave state that's known as theta.
Theta waves.
Yeah.
Okay, that rings a bell. Isn't that what our brains are doing when we're in deep meditation or about to drift off to sleep?
Yes, it's
Those
that.
moments where your mind is quiet but also strangely receptive?
That's it. That's it. It's that state of deep relaxation, but also heightened creativity and insight. Think aha moments, those flashes of brilliance that kind of come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And the neuroscientists behind this program, they suggest that by inducing theta waves through specific audio frequencies, we can actually recreate those beneficial brain states whenever we want.
Okay, now that does sound a little too good to be true. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, just listening to something really change how our brains operate, at that level,
It's a fair question.
help me understand this. I'm a bit skeptical.
Yeah, so it's how can sound actually reshape our brainwaves, right?
Yeah.
Well, it all hinges on this principle. It's called brainwave entrainment. And it's this natural phenomenon where our brainwaves, they tend to synchronize with external rhythms. Think about how a piece of music can just totally shift your mood, or how a really rhythmic drum beat makes you want to move.
Right.
It's your brain, and it's responding to those external frequencies.
Right, like when you're at a concert and you just get completely swept up in the music, your whole body feels it.
Yes, exactly.
So is the Genius Wave kind of like orchestrating a symphony for your brainwaves?
That is a great way to put it. Instead of musical notes, though, it uses these precisely calibrated audio frequencies, and they're meant to gently guide your brain into producing more of those theta waves. Imagine tuning your brain to the optimal frequency for focus and creativity, much like tuning a radio dial to a specific station.
Okay, now that's an analogy I can get behind. It's starting to make more sense. But let's talk about, what's in it for the person listening to this,
Yeah.
right? We're not just interested in the science for science's sake. What kind of tangible benefits does the Genius Wave actually promise?
Right. Well, they claim a range of benefits from sharper focus and enhanced memory to even a boost in creativity.
Okay.
Quite a list.
Yeah.
But let's just break down one of those, focus.
Okay, yeah. I think we can all relate to wishing we had a bit more focus in our lives.
Absolutely. And what's interesting is the Genius Wave connects this idea of focus to a concept called flow state. Have you ever been so engrossed in a task that time seems to disappear and you're just completely absorbed in the moment?
Oh, totally. Like when I'm writing and the words are just, they're flowing, or even playing a video game and you get so zoned in, nothing else seems to matter. It's a really cool feeling.
Exactly. And it turns out that during those flow states, our brain waves often show an increase in those theta waves we were talking about.
Okay.
So the Genius Wave, it's designed to help you access that flow state more readily, potentially making it easier to focus, get in the zone, power through distractions.
So instead of waiting for those moments of flow to just kind of strike randomly, this could be a way to trigger them
Yeah.
intentionally. If they
Yeah.
found a way to hack into that, that's pretty impressive. Does the program itself offer any guidance on how to create the right environment for those sessions? Are there things you should do to, maximize its effectiveness?
Yeah, it does. The materials suggest finding a quiet space where you can relax without being interrupted.
Okay.
Maybe dim the lights. Maybe even use noise-canceling headphones to minimize those external distractions. They really emphasize that. The more you can minimize those external cues competing for your attention, the easier it'll be for your brain to synchronize with the frequencies in the audio.
That makes sense. Okay, so let's say someone's on board with the science. They're intrigued by the potential benefits, but there's still that, that little voice, whispering, is this too good to be true?
Right.
You know?
Yeah, I think it's wise to maintain a healthy dose of skepticism with any program that promises to unlock your brain's potential.
Right.
And while, brainwave entrainment is rooted in scientific research, it's important to remember that individual results can and do vary. It's not a magic bullet. It's not a quick
Right.
fix.
It's not like you listen to one session and suddenly you're Einstein.
Precisely. It's about creating the conditions for positive change, much like, establishing a consistent exercise routine or a meditation practice.
Right.
Consistency is key here.
So it's more like, a brain gym membership.
Right.
The more you put in, the more you get out.
Exactly. And just like any workout routine, it's essential to find what works best for you.
Right.
The Genius Wave, it offers a variety of audio sessions. They're tailored to different goals, so you can experiment and see which ones kind of resonate most strongly with your brain.
That's really cool. It speaks to that, like, personalized approach, which I appreciate that. They also have that, like, 90-day money-back guarantee, right?
Yeah.
It seems like they're pretty confident in their product.
They are, and I think that does lend a degree of, credibility.
Yeah.
It essentially allows you to try it out, see if it aligns with your experience, and make an informed decision.
It's like a free trial for your brain.
There you go.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into the Genius Wave, what's the key takeaway for our listeners? What should they be thinking about, if this is something they want to explore?
I'd say approach it with curiosity and a willingness to experiment.
Okay.
Don't expect, instant miracles,
Right.
but rather think of it as like a journey of exploring your brain's potential. The science of brainwave entrainment is fascinating.
Yeah.
And the Genius Wave offers a readily accessible way to tap into it.
It really makes you wonder, like, what other frontiers of brain optimization are out there?
Right.
Like, if we can influence our brainwaves with sound, what else might be possible? It's a pretty exciting time to be, interested in the human mind.
Absolutely. This field is constantly evolving and, who knows what breakthroughs await us, in the years to come. It's a good reminder that our brains are capable of incredible things, and we're only just beginning to unlock their full potential.
Well said. A big thank you to you for taking us on this deep dive into the Genius Wave and the fascinating world of brainwave entrainment. And to everyone listening, if you decide to embark on your own, brainwave journey, we'd love to hear about your experiences. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring that incredible potential within each of you.